What are you guys thinking? What kind of stuff are you thinking?
Just tired. You're a great ref.
What does chaotic mean?
Well, there was a lot going on at once.
Yeah.
We had to try and adapt to it.
Cool.
There's so many rules that we couldn't keep up.
Yeah.
We didn't know what rules were going on at what time.
That's cool. I quite like that. What's the game like? I mean, is the game really structured and organised?
No.
I would want to practice beyond the game. Does that make sense? No. And by the way, the game of the future, so the game that you guys will play, will be very different to the game we all play. So, yeah, you know, that's what it'll be like. What other stuff you're thinking? Apart from a good run.
Different scoring system.
Don't. More accuracy in passes and more organisation in attack and defence.
Okay.
I think organisation on the right.
Yeah,
We needed to talk a lot.
Yeah, but I don't think depth really changed anything, because if it's as chaotic as it was, I think all we need to do is a support line rather.
If you could survive in that game, do you think other teams would really struggle to play against?
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, an accuracy of pass. Well, that's just because of the. I guess it's because of the push. If I asked you all to pass the ball to me, you can all do that. By the way, interestingly, you do that now, but you don't do that when you're passing in the game. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I see lots of people practicing this, and you always practice with this foot forward, don't you? Of course you do. How often do you practice with this foot forward? Who's the best at passing off the outside foot in this team? Have you noticed anyone that does it?
Oh, it's got to be me.
Not the scrum.
Got to be Dan
I would just think about it. I think most of you do that. You all pass like that because you practice static passing. So it's just a different skill to running at pace and passing. And I was saying to the coaches, sorry fellas, it's actually about when to pass. So the reason Marcus Smith or where's Sips, the reason why Sips is so good is Sips knows when to pass. I actually saw some of that stuff transfer into here, so he had some good little moments. That was pretty cool. So that just doesn't particularly transfer well. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Any other stuff? What other stuff you're thinking about? Cool. Who were the guys in charge of communication? What were they? What were you? Who was doing it well? Who's the best at it? Apart from you.
half-backs. Dan shouts a lot. Toby shouts a lot. Cameron shouts a lot.
What do you mean by shouts?
Just tell everyone where to go in defence. Spread out. If they see space, they'll just shove everyone over. People tend to listen to them.
Go for it.
I would think about how you're going to get better with that. I actually thought it was pretty good in the game. I think you would get more excited about defence. So it doesn't surprise me. The two guys in the headbands were the two guys that stopped a try down here, which then led to a try down there. So you two chased back, didn't you? Both chased back, and then there was a try down at the other end. As coaches, what we tend to focus on, and so if you look at the Prem and where they measure stats, it's around the ball. We get really excited about the people that do cool stuff on the ball. I'm really excited about people that work really hard for the team, off the ball or in defence to get the ball back. Does that make sense? Who'd be the best players in the world at that? Who are you thinking? Often flankers. I was thinking of Richie McCall. Who are you thinking of? Hooper? Yeah, cool, nice. Who else? Sam Underhill. Just runs around the pitch smashing people, loves it.
Courtney Laws, doesn't it?
Courtney Laws, yeah. So I would celebrate that stuff. Who works hard, who does all the extra talk about no talent battles, who wins the no talent battles. Coaches, can we give the lads a clap? You guys are cool. And it didn't come off, and I was thinking, I hope the glasses stay on. That was cool. What would be your advice? The last questions, I know it's cold. What would be your advice to coaches? What's the stuff that you guys enjoy or feel like helps you get better? got a lot of coaches here. You're clearly doing some cool stuff in your club anyway. What would be your stuff?
Less structured managers.
Yeah, cool. So would it be cool? I actually think you guys could rock up to coaches and go, or you could do it amongst yourselves. So you've definitely done some, I'd say to coaches, it's obvious you guys have done some challenges around interceptions. So a few of you guys are really good at that. So you could have little groups and you go, right, it's first one to get 10 hold-ups or whatever it might be. Does that make sense? It would make you better. Cool. What else? You could design like your perfect session. What stuff would you be telling? Or if there's other age group coaches and you guys are doing some cool stuff, what advice would you give to them?
Do the basics really well.
Okay, what does that mean? What are the basics?
Tackling, blocking, passing the ball.
Yeah. Cool.
Try and get them focused mistakes now rather than in the games.
Yeah, cool.
So you build offloads and stuff like that. It doesn't matter in training if you get it wrong, but if you get it wrong in the important situations in the game, then
Yeah. Cool. I would just call it learning. But I get that. I 100% agree with you. Often coaches. Yeah. And by the way, you're not playing any important games yet.
No.
So it's just, I would just think of games as training, opportunity to get better. What other stuff?
Try and get the players to try and figure out how to do things themselves rather than being told what to do.
Yeah.
Being told what
Be just like in lessons. So in your lessons, you're in charge of the lessons, aren't you? Do lots of thinking for yourselves. Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
Which subjects do that? Which subjects do that? Which subjects give you opportunities to learn and lead and try stuff and get it wrong? And, cool. Not you. Are you guys at the same school?
No, I go to Bali.
Sure. Mate, it sounds like Valley doing some cool stuff. You said they're letting you do stuff. You're letting you do stuff. And,
Probably because we've got crack teachers.
that's a good unintended consequence, I like. Yeah, I would just think about that. You guys are pretty cool at that. You're good with running huddles and things. Your coach has been telling you've been running subs and stuff like that, and huddles and warm-ups, and that would be beneficial. At some stage in your lives, you're going to have to organise some stuff yourselves. Cool. Any other stuff? You feel like your coaches care for you?
Nah.
Genuinely, do you think they care for you?
I don't.
Just here for the it is about that. So I know we're all manly and we're all got lots of testosterone. However, the best teams in our country and in the world talk about love and care, and that's what it's about. Exactly that. It's about the hug that's going to get you back in the moment. Do you want another one?
Yeah, I don't mind. I'll have another one.
Go on. Oh, nice, I love it. And there's lots of evidence around the best teams in the world now, whether it's a cause or a consequence of quite touchy, quite, that type of stuff, so don't. That's cool. Thanks, kids, that was cool, I enjoyed that. Don't try and steal the headbands. They are my last two, and I started with 15. Apparently LGBT headbands pretty popular, especially in the Midlands.
we'll just keep it.
Should we go inside, coaches? Cause it's
Yeah, do the Q&A then.
Great work.